Hello YouTubes and welcome back to more MC Eternal mod pack playthrough action with Grimweird. So I'm doing some more exploring. Things are going well on the building of the base front. However, they are going a bit complicated on the exploration side. So for instance here I am exploring around in a desert. And I was looking for another village or, some more area to explore that wasn't overrun by ice and fire monsters or causing me other problems. There may be a bit of a sandworm problem here. So, yeah, this is a bit funny. I just thought I'd show you guys this real quick. There is more than a few of these worms here. I think all the villagers are inside, but I'm not going to accomplish much in this village. I did want to just peek down here and see what was in this tower. This is where I landed when I was coming over. I think I'm going to steal these beds. Okay, so there's no peace candle here. I'm going to steal that. So yeah, things are a bit strange. So I'm still also trying to get downstairs in my down to bedrock and do some mining at my fort. So let's head back to my fort and I'll show you what's going on there. Be right back. Alright, so here we are back at home base. You can see I've dismantled my interim little dirt walls here and moved my crafting stuff indoors. I'm also continuing to grab some of this stuff. Now, I don't need a ton of this stuff, but one of the reasons I'm doing it is just an easy way to get tons of bee grubs. And bee grubs are one of the things you can use to make a dragon meal for aging up or, growing up your dragons. So I find that just making a ton of bee grubs saves you from having to use meat or some other harder to do substance. Alright, so you can see I've moved my tinker stuff in. I've upgraded my tool station to a tool forge. I've got a storage drawer controller and one. I need to make a bunch more of the compacting drawers, but I at least started with one for cobblestone. Got some normal drawers here with some astral sorcery marble and some sky stone and some undamaged stone. Got a bunch of stuff up here, sort of split up into like crystals, powders, and wood and wool, and then blocks and metal, and then miscellaneous crafting components, and then plants, magic. You can see while I've been out exploring, I've picked up at least one of each of the 6 Thaumcraft crystals, and I've got most of the Botania flowers as well. I'm missing light gray is one of the key ones that I'm missing, because I'll need light gray for making the mana generation flowers, the, what are they called? Endotherms, or whatever they're called, the ones that burn things to make mana. So I've been picking that stuff up as I've been wandering around. Gotten a lot of books from drops from Yellow Health Bar boss monsters. A good share of them have come from that blue slime island up there. Continues to drop slimes pretty regularly. So I've been killing slimes occasionally when I'm in the mood or when they're in my way. I'm not doing much hunting yet because I still have no armor and I still have crappy weapons. So these are monster drops, and then over here is sort of furniture and gear. So we got some stuff going on there. Over here you can see I've made my tinker's smeltery, and my dragon in my basement is still upset. So the way I like to make these, I like them to have enough capacity to accept an entire stack of ore at once. So I want 64 capacity for when I do this. And so that capacity is a function of um, basically the levels inside. So you can see here I've got a 2 by 8. So that means each layer like this of ore is going to be 16. And then I've made it 4 tall with 2 layers buried underground. And you can see here I've got some seared glass that lets me look sort of down in there. And then I've got a tank over here on the side. Here's some of my barrels of lava that I gathered last episode. Eventually I'll pipe lava probably or some other fuel into that tank. That's why it's over on the side. I've got some drains over here for piping stuff out if I decide I want to pipe stuff out. Let's come over here and sleep real quick. All right. And then I've just got a 4 each of casting tables and casting basins. These ones here, you can sort of see I've got them. Let's pull this up real quick. I got a hopper underneath them. 2 of these, the 2 inside ones, feeding into slightly larger chests. I use the slightly larger ones. They're just basically a chest with sticks around it so that it fills up the whole slot just because I think it looks a bit better. So there, if I want to, this isn't really super automated yet, but I can throw another block up here and put a switch on it and have it dump out either blocks or ingots. And I might do more automation if I need to in the future. Here you can see I've got some of these guys out. So basically the hopper will then shoot this into here, and then if I had a switch or a timer on top of this on another block, then I could turn this on and have it do that. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So we'll see this in action. What else? I've got some cooking for blockheads. You can see that automatically went down there. I've only got the 1 cast for ingots so far. I don't have a ton of gold or a ton of aluminum yet, so I'll talk about that in a moment. Over here I've got some cooking for blockhead stuff. You can see I've got an oven with some fuel in it, and 4 tools stocked in it which show up on top. I've got some tool racks with more tools hanging here. Got drying racks up above. I've got 2 freezers, fridges. Both of them have the preservation thing in them, which makes it so that it won't use up the last one of something. And then this one also has the freezer add-on, which allows it to make snow and stuff for smoothies and milkshakes and whatnot. And that's, you can see it actually changes with making a little ice maker there. These are just a couple of counters. I like to make a couple of big fridges, mostly because of the preservation function, so that it won't use up the last of whatever you put in there. And then also because you can stack them, so it's like double chests. Although it does require more iron, but I'm not short on iron really. There's plenty of iron up at high levels here. So yeah, iron's actually not too much of a problem right at the moment. So for those of you that haven't used cooking for blockheads much, this is a sort of a crafting table, so you can click once on something and it'll show you what the recipe is. So in this case it'll take an egg with a saucepan. The saucepan is over on my stove, but this is a multi-block structure, so it'll use it. With this showing, if I click again, it gives me 1 scrambled egg. And there you have it. This little symbol, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but this little brown and red symbol at the bottom corner of salt and at the bottom corner of rice dough means that these are not so much foods as they are components for foods. And then this little symbol here, which looks a bit like a wooden handled axe. So this little brown and gray one here, if we look on noodles, that means that I'm missing a tool. So I need to make myself a knife before I can make myself fries. So before I hung up all those tools and whatnot over there, I was missing a bunch of tools. And then another quick useful thing is you can go NOT for not, and it'll show you the not eaten ones yet. So in this one where you're getting extra hearts for eating unique foods, you can now just search for not and find just the unique ones that you haven't eaten yet. So that's cool. And throw that up there. And as you can see, I'm up to now, I've got 4 hearts of yellow, so I'm up to 24 hearts, which I think is 48 health. So we're doing good there. So that's all good to go. I need to make a milk in a jar. So if I make a milk in a jar by dropping an anvil onto a cow that is sitting on a jar, then I can put that milk in a jar up on this countertop or one of these countertops. And yeah, I'll probably remove this and put it on this countertop. And then it will also be part of this multi-block function, and it will take milk out of the milk in a jar and allow me to craft it into here. So this is very handy stuff in mod packs that have this function here where you gain hearts by eating unique foods. And if we go food list, size, you can see I need 45 more unique foods to increase my max health, and I'm at 105 unique foods. And I've barely touched most of the cooking for Blockhead stuff. Most of the 105, I probably got like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 F so just from fishing. So there's lots and lots of foods left for me to partake in. Other stuff, I also made myself a number of golden lassos. So those are 8 experience levels and some golden nuggets and string. And you can see here I have a squid and a chicken held. And I've also, used some of these to bring some stuff here. I've got a couple chickens here sitting on a hopper feeding into here. You can see they are dropping eggs and feathers and the occasional rotten egg into there. These guys don't need any feed or any grass or anything to do their thing. I've also got myself 1 sheep. I don't want to breed a lot of sheep necessarily, but I do occasionally come over here and grab some more wool. And I've also got a couple of cows over here, which I can either milk or breed once I need to make a pink slime farm or what have you. Is pink slime a thing in this mod pack? Yes. Industrial foregoing is a thing. So I will eventually need to breed up a cattle farm and mines and get myself some of that. Alright, so that is basics over there. Coming over here, out this door, I have started up a astral sorcery area. Some gates around it. I'm not exactly sure what all can spawn still in the world. The only thing that's really been bothering me has been those little red witch doctor-y guys, which I haven't actually engaged in since I have no armor and crappy weapons. But they will spawn in grassy areas around my base pretty close to me, and they'll charge the walls and look through the doors and go at me, so that's pretty funny. So far they have not spawned here, which is good. I'm hoping they will only spawn on grass. I keep getting a little worried that a little 5-banger of witch doctors will show up inside my base, so that has, I'm not 100% sure they won't yet, but this is a big deal. So in the past, this is one of the world spawn floating crystals, and in the past I had tried things like cardboard boxes or tried other ways to mine them or pick them up, and none of them worked. However, I'd never really tried a sack of holding before, and a sack of holding was able to pick up this floating crystal and move it here. And as you can tell from this beam of light, it is adding starlight to this table. So this area around here is set up for the next tier of table, but I need to get a rock crystal before I can upgrade to that tier. So that has sort of been a stopping point for me there. But I was able to make some cave illuminators, so that's cool. So that's this bad boy. Again, these I got from the flowers, faint amaranth, or whatever those flowers are that grow in the snow. These I got from either aquamarine shale or from chests at astral sorcery temples. And then I did make myself an eye chisel to turn a bunch of, I had a ton of raw marble that I have changed into astral sorcery marble, and also have now a number of the varieties of different types of marble that I either dismantled from astral sorcery temples or chiseled some. Anyway, I just sort of wanted to show you guys this guy. We're going to cover that up now. Let's see, the last couple of things we got going on here. I did start planting some trees. I ran out of trees, or ran out of wood that I brought from our starter island, so I did start planting some wood out there. And I have, I made myself a second Tinker's Slime pickaxe and put silk touch on it using the silky gem. Oops. So a silky jewel, pardon me, which is just one emerald. I found one emerald ore sort of on above ground as part of one of those little outcrops of minerals. And then I've also picked up a few emeralds here and there. Not enough to make myself an emerald danknull yet, but enough to at least get this under control. So I've got an anvil. I silk touched. I don't want to run all the way over to that bed. I've silk touched a few bookshelves and then made a few more. I wasn't familiar with these bookshelf chests. They are actually chests which you can put books in, and as long as they have one book in them, either a book or an enchanted book, they will act as bookshelves for enhancing your crafting table. So I haven't really crafted or haven't done anything yet, but you can see I'm all ready to go for enchanting. I sort of need to get somewhere where I can do some power mining, which will bring us back around to my dragon problem. But yeah, so I've got that all set up and good to go. As soon as I get a decent source of experience. Usually what I like to do for experience is actually put an experience gaining handle on these. So like copper, I believe copper is probably going to be the way I have to go. I usually like to do, what's that mechanism? This guy? Yeah, osmium. I usually like to do an osmium handle on my tools here. Let's pull this out. I haven't seen any osmium yet. Materials in U. Tool materials. Osmium. Yeah, so osmium has a decent handle modifier. And it only gives durability here. So usually osmium gives you, but it doesn't here. Let's check copper. It usually gives you an experience boost too. Copper. Well established. That's the one I'm looking for. So it's only a 1.05, but I'll probably put copper handle on my pickaxes and do some power mining to get myself some experience levels to do some enchanting here soon. But that all brings me back to my dragon problem. So usually I love to just have, a big old mine underneath my base. But the problem I have is, so right at the moment the dragon is not aware of me. So it has stopped roaring, which is nice. If we look down there, there's some water. If we go here, down to the dragon level. Oops. So this, if we look here, this is where this dragon that has been bothering me has started. Now there was some sort of, I think, big open area here that it apparently broke into or it intersected with during World Gen. So this dragon has escaped into this area. So you can see here it can now attack me. But it has gotten a little crazier than that, because as soon as it senses me, and it can apparently see through walls if I get down near it, it will actually start trying to shoot its way through walls and break its way through walls. So here was my second attempt. I successfully dug down to bedrock. Oh, but see that red down at the bottom of there? That there's dragon wing. So it is now standing right at the moment. It is now standing over here somewhere when it spawned over there. And I made it down to bedrock and climbed back up. And then when I went down tried to go down a second time, I saw him down there before I made it to the bottom. So then I did a third one even further away. And if we look now, so now it started over there and I'm all the way over here. So it killed me here, and it could have killed me there. And so this was still close enough to this room that I thought maybe it was just, breaking through a little bit of walls. But now it's actually able to come over here too. And when I first went down, it wasn't. But then when I came back up after it was shooting the walls for a while, it could almost touch me with its head. And then when I came back and looked later, its head was actually at the bottom of this ladder. So bottom line is, I got a bit of a dragon problem for mining there. So until I actually bother to armor up and deal with that situation, I may be in trouble. So I'm reaching the point though where I'm getting a bit sick of not being able to mine. So probably what I'm going to do is, there is actually a ravine not too far off in this direction. Right over down there at the bottom of that next hill over. And that gets me pretty far down. Down to maybe 35, 45. And so I might run over there and do some mining over there. One nice thing here is that, so my cave illuminator is right sort of here in the center of my base. And you can see that nothing is really spawning for a big area. This guy probably ran over here from over there somewhere, but you can see that there's a lot of stuff lit up. So a lot of these caverns have lights in them, and so I can see them on the map. All of this area is lit up well. And so that's sort of nice. So my cave illuminator is doing the job that way. Let's run down here and I don't want to go too far down. And I don't want the dragon to start roaring again, so maybe I won't go down there and show you. But I have done some digging down around there, around, the 45 level. But yeah, I don't want to tick off the dragon again. The other problem I have is that its roar gives you weakness, and so sometimes if I'm standing over in this area and it roars, I am close enough to it to get the weakness debuff on me. So I still haven't looked into weapons that much to figure out what weapon I want to build. The last couple mod packs I've been all about laser guns, and laser guns from Plus Tick or Plus Tinker's Construct are not on in this pack, so I do not have that option. So I'm still trying to figure that out. Alright, so that's basically where we've gotten in the last few hours. Things are going well. I do want to go ahead and make... I've sort of been holding off. I've had the stuff for it for a while, but I've been holding off. I want to make myself a flying squid ring. So let me put this stuff away. And then we're going to need a chicken and a squid. We're going to make the chicken wing ring first. Now, as far as I know, this one only gives you, I think it only gives you feather fall. So that's handy, but not exactly what I'm looking for. But it's not too expensive. Oh, I need another resonating crystal. I think I've only got one of those. Dang it, I only have one of those. Let's see if you can make another one. You can with an ender shard, so I might have to do that because I need my flying squid ring. So between this episode and next, I'll probably have to buckle down and make a mob farm. We've about reached that stage. I haven't looked into it yet, but I think there are mob grinding utilities is available here. I didn't see the vector plates, but which I like, but there is some sort of vector plate in mob grinding utilities, so we'll have to take a look at that. Ender pearl. I have gotten a few ender pearls from like witch hut things and from I haven't actually killed any endermen. I haven't even seen any endermen, but I have gotten a few ender pearls from astral sorcery chests. Oh, you need to make a little tool to cut that. 3 iron and a stick. 3 iron and a stick. For the tool. Get the pieces there. This is sort of an interesting thing if you've never made this before. It has 8 uses for it. You can't split it. Oh, I guess you can split it, but it actually changes the appearance when you split it. So it has a stack size of 8. Oh, and we are making more. I guess we only need one right at the moment. I need to get some concrete down so that my run speed is faster in my base. Because my base is big enough that having the one bed over there is a bit of a pain. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Hey, there we go. Alright, so that's how you do that. And then, what else do I need? A couple of feathers and some iron. And I should have a bunch of feathers over here, courtesy of my 2 chickens on a hopper. Forgot how many I needed. I think I only needed 2. Hey, there we go. And it doesn't consume the golden lasso, so that's nice. Now again, if I remember correctly, this takes 1 grid power, and it gives you just feather fall. It doesn't actually allow you to fly as far as I'm aware. but I never really use this because usually if I can make the chicken wing, I can make the squid. So I need, oof, my last 2 diamonds. So yeah, I definitely need to do some sub 35 Y level mining, and I definitely need to make a mob farm. Those are my sort of 2 next main goals now that I sort of have a functional base up and running. Okay, and then I need ender pearl. This is my last ender pearl as well. Did I need ender pearl? Yes. Then I need some dye. Which dyes do I want? I think those guys will work as dyes. No, they will not. But they will turn into dyes. I knew there was a reason I was collecting those black lotuses. And why give me a thing. Because you're not using the squid. There's the squid, and there's the squid ring. Excellent. So now I'll have to figure out how to do this, but I think the squid ring... Oh, I need a grid power. Right. How much grid power does this cost? 16 grid power. Alright. We can do that. So the grid power that I like to use... extra utilities. So at extra... forget what they're called. Mill? There they are. So I like the fire mill. How hard is that? I'm going to need more resonating redstones. So yeah. These will generate 4 each, so I'm going to need at least 4 of these bad boys. We're going to need stone burnt, so I'm going to need to... stone burnt is made in a resonator, so there's another one of those. So I'm going to need to make a resonator. Alright, so I got some more infrastructure to do before I can use this. There are the solars. Let's see how those are. Those also require 1 per 3, but I would need 18, and my ring wouldn't work during the night. So yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. I don't have a lot of lapis yet either, since I haven't done any below ground. Haven't done a lot of good mining yet below ground, thanks to my dragon. I did also make a drawer key and a quantify key, so I can lock these and so that it'll show the numbers of stuff. So that's cool. All right. So now what? Now we want to put some of this stuff away. Alright, so I'm going to pause here and think about what we want to do next. Sort of showed you what all I've accomplished since the last episode. So, I can take that off. This guy, I need to go get some rock crystals. I need ender pearls and rock crystals and diamonds. And so basically I need to do a lot of mining. Down preferably at Y level 16 and lower, and I need to make a mob farm. Those are what I need to do. But that's going to take a lot of legwork and a lot of digging around, so I'll probably do that in between this episode and next. Let me pause here, see what our runtime is looking at, and then decide what we want to do for the rest of this episode. Be right back. Okay, so I'm down south of my base where that ravine was that I saw earlier while I was wandering around. It's a ravine, and it's also, as you can see down there, it's got some chests and some structures, some dungeon tactics or some other mod thing that I'm not really familiar with. When I was down there, I picked some Thaumcraft crystals off the wall there. There was some blue and some black or gray ones there that I needed for my collection. So I picked some off the wall. I haven't really gone in there and explored yet. While I was there, some sort of brown spider spawned down somewhere in there and started climbing up the walls. So I'm a little nervous about that. However, I do need to sort of figure some things out and get down there. So what I've done here is, if we take a look at the map, so my base is up here. I've got a cave illuminator right there, which illuminates about 3 things. So 1, 2, 3. So it's like, illuminating, underground areas about that big. But what I've done over here is I have a second cave illuminator because I always like to carry one around with me in case I find anything I want to go explore. And I like to set it up someplace that's sort of easy to see and remember. So I've set it up in the middle of this tree up here at high. We're going to go ahead and I need to mark it so that I don't forget about it. These do take some time to illuminate an area. So usually what I do is I set it up here and then go do some other stuff and then come back. But we can see there's already down in there that area where my cursor is over, that is now lit up. So that's cool. And if we take a look down through here, we should now be able to see, if we look down through here, I haven't got it explored yet, but when I do explore it, it should be nice and lit up. And things shouldn't be spawning down there. So other than I think spawners may still spawn with this kind of light. So I'll have to be careful, but it's not an impossible situation. So I'm going to do some more foraging about and looking about. We got another structure over here, which I'm not familiar with. There's all sorts of stuff to investigate. I'm sort of enjoying that aspect of this mod pack, the sort of harder monsters, since you've got some bosses and some special monsters spawning around, and then also the just so many structures, especially underground, to investigate. But I'm going to give this a little more time to work, make sure it's nice and lit up down there before we go down in there, and then I'll come back and we'll go down and check it out and see if I can make it down to bedrock there and get some serious mining done. Be right back. Alright, so briefly, I read around a bit while the cave illuminator was doing its work, and I did find some light gray flowers for Botania and some red ones that I think I was missing, both red and gray, so we're good to go there. I picked some figs from a plant and some durian from a tree. One thing I noticed is I think you can actually make, maybe not, some of these I think you can actually turn into seeds, but maybe I'm mistaken. Anyway, so I picked up some of that stuff, and then came back, and I decided before we go down there and do some serious mining, hopefully, if we can, find a place where we're not eaten by dragons, I figured I'd better come back here and put some copper handles on my pickaxes or some other form of experience bonus, so I can get some experience levels going. So I did go ahead and make some switches for these guys. So you can see here I can switch this, and I've currently got about 16 blocks of iron in there, and I'm just going to let those all run out, so I don't do any unintentional alloying. I don't think anything probably alloys with iron too much that I'm worried about. But since I'm not really familiar with this mod pack, God knows what else all's going on for alloying. I haven't really paid attention yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to cook up some, well, let's just double check real quick, see if there's anything else. So basically what I'm looking for is something that's a good handle and gives me a well-established or some other type of XP. That's probably going to be copper, but let me just glance through this real quick, because there are a few differences here with this Tinker's construct. There's well established, and I think there is also an XP boost, but that might be for weapons. So we're just going to look through this real quick. There's the well established for copper, so we're probably going to go with that guy. Which means I'll need to make a handle cast. So here's an experience boost. So that's another one, which I've never used this. It's got a slightly better modifier than copper. I don't know how experience boost compares with well established, but that's another option. However, I don't think I'm ready to make enchanted metal. Not for that small of an increase. Alright, so yeah, so this is sort of weird. So there's like some stuff here that I'm not familiar with. Some things are missing effects. Ooh, alamite. I might need to get into that soon too. So Global Traveler, either from alamite or from Osgold Glass is another one that has it. Alamite's the one you can get pretty early in the game. That is pretty excellent because you can shift right click on a container. Like let's say I could pick this container over here. I can hold the tool with alamite in it, Global Traveler as a modifier, shift right click on it, and then anything that I mine with that tool will go into that, will teleport into that that container, which can be really handy. And you can, I think there's a switch. You can hotkey something that turns it on and off, possibly. Anyway, so that's a very handy thing. I love that actually. So we might have to look into that as well. Usually I changed out a binder for that, so the little crosshatch thing, the extra, this guy, the aluminum binding, because it has a decent durability as a binder. It also has a decent handle too, decent handle modifier. So another thing I could do, since the modifier and durability is a bit better for an alamite handle, I could go with an alamite handle and then a copper binder. All right, let's keep looking for experience, because I do need to get some experience going here. Osgold Glass I love, so this is what we will be going for. So Osgold Glass is fabulous. Ooh, and it has good mining level too. So we're going to go with an Osgold Glass thing as soon as I get my mechanism up and running. Brown Magic allows you to set a teleport point with it, and that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So we're going to be headed for that. I should see how far away. I haven't even really looked ahead to that yet. Enderium, not quite ready to make that until I have a monster farm that I'm getting ender pearls out of. this is all stuff that I don't have. Alright, so that's, look just a little bit further. Okay. Alright, so, do I want to go... Let's take a look at alumite. So alumite is an alloy of aluminum. I don't have any aluminum yet. And obsidian and iron. So I can't quite do this yet, but I do highly recommend if you're mod pack or if you, have availability of obsidian, iron, and aluminum, that global traveler function that allows you to teleport things. Now, if you have it on a pickaxe, if you mine a stone with a pickaxe, it will go to the assigned container. We'll teleport that. If you break something, not mine it, but just break it. So let's say I take a mining pick and break a ladder with it. Well, I'm not mining the ladder, I'm just breaking it, so that does not teleport. So that's just an important distinction. And I usually don't worry about Global Traveler as much if Dank Null is in the pack, because as soon as I make myself an Emerald Dank Null, I'd sort of rather things go there anyway. Alright, so we're cruising through stuff here. 3 blocks left. Alright, so I think I've talked myself into, for now, going with a... for now, maybe a copper binding. So we're going to need a few copper. Let's go ahead and smelt it all up. What the heck? I don't think I need copper ore for anything. And the remaining iron in there shouldn't alloy with copper. I can't think of a copper alloy with iron. Oh, and I'm going to need gold. How's my gold supply coming? It's sort of low. I have no gold ore. Which does it cost? Because I think it's just 1 ingot for a cast. 2 ingots. Really need to go get some good mining done downstairs to get some aluminum and some other stuff. But we will make a... while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and make a tool rod cast as well, because I'm going to need both. So we'll cast that, and we will cast that. Now, copper and gold might actually alloy. There's something in some pack, is it embers, where you can make a copper and gold alloy. So, oh, it's pouring out. Can turn that off now. It's good to get some of that out. Since I don't have a lot of gold to waste, let's just double check. Gold. Right there. Let's go uses, alloying. So electrum, that's pretty standard. Redstone, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now it looks like energetic alloy and electrum and constantan. Or no, what? Okay, so it looks like we're fine. So go ahead and throw that in there. And I'll eventually need a couple of these because I'll probably want to do this to both my Silk Touch pickaxe and my normal pickaxe. Alright, so that's all going good. So we want to do that. And double check. 2 minutes left, yes. That. Good. For right now, I think I'm going to go with a copper binding, so at least I can keep regenerating health with my handle, with my wooden handle. So we're going to take this bad boy. Oops, wrong station. I'm going to take this bad boy, and I'm going to do that. So the mining speed won't change. The durability is going to go down considerably. That's sort of unfortunate. Maybe I don't want to do that. It's a pretty big drop in durability from 1032 to 844. Let's just see what it is for the handle if we do handle instead. I'm not too worried about this because I think I can melt these back down to copper if I need it, so I'm not too worried about wasting them. Let's see, so once again we want this guy. So now we're at 1032. If we put a new handle on it, 1087, so it's actually a little better. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that one. And then here, yeah, we can remelt that, so no waste there. Cool, cool. Alrighty, so that is set. Maybe I will go ahead and change the handle since handle seems to do pretty good on this. Let's go ahead and hit. I've got plenty of slime, so right now I'm repairing my pickaxes with slime, and I have plenty of slime available to me in all sorts of forms. I can make slime out of the honey from these guys. I can make slime rice balls. I have a slime island which just seems to keep producing and producing slime, which is nice. In most mod packs, the islands seem to die out. So basically I have plenty of slime access. Go ahead and put this away. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to clean up my inventory, check our runtime once more, and then if we have time, we'll go hit the ravine, or at least we'll make a quick run down there and see how far we get. Be right back. Alright, so we got about 10 minutes left. That's enough to at least see if we got things going. So I've cleaned out my bags, and I did fill my backpack with uneaten foods, assorted vegetables, carrot juice, coffee, peach juice, lime juice, fig juice, steak and chips, fried eggs, tater tots. So we got plenty of stuff to do because once we start doing some mining there, and there's some of those headhunter guys. They are a nuisance. We're going to head over to that green beacon, fly around those guys. Oh yeah, things are looking nice and lit up down there now. Alright, stop with the bouncing. Thank you. Alright, so I'm going to pause here a moment. Quick retreat. I'm not sure if my slingshot will get me up high enough. I'm going to pull out dirt, and if worst comes to worst, we can just sort of hightail it out of here by making a dirt tower. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump down there and see what happens. Alright, so things are spawning around me, so there are probably spawners. Well, only this guy so far is within range of. So my illuminator is up here somewhere. You can see nothing is spawning in this area, so it must be dark over here. So we got this one guy here. That might be from a spawner or something. But so far it seems sort of calm. Sort of lit up. Lots of stuff to pull off the walls. Gonna still remain conscious. I'm still at no armor. I've got this magic hood which gives me 2 and this which gives me nothing but bouncing and no damage from falls. The brown spider came from that direction last time. What have I got on the walls here? I got some tin. That's good. I could use a bunch of tin. I need to find some aluminum. Oh, there's something down there. Something I am not familiar with. And it may not be showing up as a monster, so that's a little worrisome. Go ahead and bounce over here and see what's going on. Again, I'm going to take this really cautious. Still not a lot of stuff spawning around me, so that's good. I think that was the thing that was moving. Might be some sort of mimic type thing. Is that showing up as... So it's right on the... it's right over in here, according to that. So it's on the move again. It's not showing up as a monster, so I don't know if it attacks me or not. It's not coming up after me yet, so that's good. I have a feeling it'll attack me, and I have a feeling it'll kill me quick. So you can see there, that little yellow light there, that little yellow light there. So you can see the yellow lights from Cave Illuminator. There's another one. So it's doing its job. Plenty of stuff. Hey buddy, you hostile? I'm just going to assume that's hostile. There's some, that's probably sulfur, not gold. And there's a traveling salesman. There's a chest of some sort. Another chest down there, another treasure chest. I think those are from Treasure 2, which I'm not familiar with. We've got a normal chest there. Also sort of scanning through the walls. I need to find some aluminum. I think aluminum really spawns in a very constrained area here. Just double check that out. Aluminum ore. Yeah, look at that. Well, it says 0%. Oh, that's Ratlands. Beneath, Twilight Forest, Overworld. So it's not great, but where it is best is around Y22. Where are we at? We're at Y41. Well, so far things seem pretty reasonable. That mystery critter seems to have dropped down a level, and it doesn't seem to jump or climb, so maybe we'll get a wee bit braver, come down here. Hello, sir. Apples for emeralds, that's actually pretty darn handy. I don't think I have any apples on me, unfortunately, but see if we can reach this chest. Nothing too exciting there. There's another traveling guy down there. Oh, hey, some apples. That's appropriate. Hey, buddy, look what I found. Alright, so if you haven't figured out by now, I am a very cautious player when I don't know what the hell's going on. I have zero chill and zero caution when I feel like I'm familiar with a situation. But in situations like this, where I'm dealing with mods that I don't know, and monsters that I don't know, and situations that I don't know, I tend to be super cautious. So, I'm sorry if this is boring, and if you are familiar with these mods, you might be thinking to yourself, dude, do something. Oh, and hey, there's a spawner there. Oh, an Enderman spawner. I gotta see if I can capture that hole. It doesn't seem to be doing anything, but that is a wonderful find. Let's see if we can actually pick it up. Oh, dude, how wonderful is that? We just picked up an intact Enderman spawner. Oh, and there's another one. Creeper spawner. We'll go ahead and break that. Cave illuminator for the win, am I right? And all sorts of junk. Ooh, an elytra. Nice. That is super nice. Yes, breaking dirt with a pickaxe. Don't judge me. I do have my axe out, though. Ooh, a bow. Nice. Alright, I'm going to need more storage, so I'm going to have to come back here. Oh, hey, look, armor. Ooh, cursed sword. I'm going to have to come back here with some stuff. With more... Ooh, a nether star. Nice. I can make a... I'll have to see what I want to make, but possibly I want to make an unbreakable wand for building with that. Unless there's something that has priority. Like an angel ring or something. I don't know what the recipe is for angel ring, but anyway, I'll take a look at that. I'm in danger of counting my money while I'm still sitting at the table here, in violation of the Kenny Rogers rule. Alright, let's just grab this stuff real quick. This is a lot of great stuff. Breaking 3 and Shadow Step 5. Yes, please. Alright. I'm going to need more storage. And I'm not getting much mining done because I'm too busy looting. But let's go ahead and... Uh-oh. I've lost track of where I am. Okay, so this is the way out. Ooh, and it's nighttime. Do we dare sleep here? Sure, why not? Alright, so now you know why I was so interested in astral sorcery at the beginning of this mod pack. A smith crate. Harvestable by X. Oops. I need to make more room. Alright, so I'm going to need to make a couple more backpacks before I do much more here. So let's go ahead and see how far we can get out of here with... Alright, we're not going to make it too far. Getting out of ravines with these boots, or with a slime sling, is not necessarily the easiest. Oops, hey. I can make it high enough for that one spot. Stop. Okay. There we go. Oof, oof. Do not fall in. Alright, there we go. And we're on our way home. Well, that's probably all the time we have today for this episode. I need to obviously make more backpacks because there's way savage loot down there in those dungeons. And the cave illuminator has made that one semi-easy pickings. So we're going to have to go get into it. But for now, I have a little bit of armor, so that's nice. I have some bow. Insight and withering is not too exciting, but it's something. Picked up some more diamonds, which is good. And another emerald. Totem of Undying. I don't know what that is, but seems good. Alright, so that was a nice haul. We're going to call it quits for today. What I'm going to do in between this episode and next is I need to look into what available tools we have for a mob farm. I noticed that mob grinding utilities, I believe it's called, with underscores. Yeah, mob grinding utilities is available. So we can make basic iron spikes. Those will probably do us. Maybe a mob masher. Probably start out with that. I have not used their entity conveyors yet. It says mobs can spawn on it, which is good. I like the vector plates, which I don't believe are in here, because then you can put a vector plate down on top of cursed earth. But I did not see vector plates. I forget what those are from. But it's apparently not in here. But we can do some of that, get a mob farm up and going. Especially because now I'm so stoked that we've got an Enderman spawner. That is incredifying. Incredifying. And an Elytra. That's pretty cool too. And another star. We got stacked. So yeah. Lots of good stuff. I will take a look at a mob farm, maybe make one. And then I might make a couple more backpacks and just run down there and snatch and grab all that I can, just to see what we're working with down there from that eliminated dungeon. And then also, it seemed pretty safe down there, and I didn't hear any dragon roars, so I think I'm going to try and dig down to bedrock over there and get some mining done. Now with well established, I should be able to bump up some levels and do some enchanting as well. Alright, that's it for this time. Thanks for watching, and if you're liking this, please leave a like so I know anybody is interested. And if people are interested, I'll try to keep making these videos on this playthrough. Thanks. Bye.